Water Media, and our all-time favorite place, Imagica. Our guest in this issue needs no introduction. He is a tall personality, not only in the Bunts community, but also in film, media, and business. He is an entrepreneur, a pioneer in the field of multiplexes. He's changed the way we watch movies today. Yes, we are talking about the legendary Mr. Manmohan Shetty. So, first of all, thank you so much for having us here in your home.
Nice having you guys here. So, pleasure giving the interview.
So, we all know about your life started from Ad Labs. What was before Ad Labs? You founded it in 1976, I think?
78.
78. So, it started as an ad film processing unit.
That's called
So,
Ad Labs.
what was before Ad Labs? Like, tell us something about, say, your childhood, your parents, maybe your growing up years. Whatever came before Ad Labs.
As all Shetties who come from South Canada, I also was working in the fields and studying there. My house is in a very, very remote place in Mumbai.
Okay.
And everybody had to come for survival to Bombay after you do some kind of education. And my elder brother was here, so I came and worked with him. And he was connected to the film processing business, so I started working with him.
Okay.
So that's how I got into that space, and then I started my own in 1978. It's an opportunity I got to have it. That doesn't mean that everybody gets an opportunity, but what I did in the early age was try to learn the processing business so well that it was possible for me to grow bigger and faster in that process.
What attracted you to this? Like, did you ever think
It
that
was
this was just
it? It was just a survival that I was there in that particular time that he was working. So
you just started in a process.
So, and I thought I should continue that because I was doing quite well in that space. So I thought I should do it my own and then do that. And the larger processing laboratories at that time was not giving enough opportunity for the ad films and small guys and things like that. So I thought that is a section I can get into start business.
Okay.
And then in the 15-20 years, I think we became the largest film processing laboratory in Bombay and probably in the country.
Yeah, that was another thing. Yours was like the state of the art lab.
But it's progressively happened. Like it's not happened one day.
You all did get awards and all for that, and you all were known as the best laboratory that there was.
We also moved with time, moved with technologies, moved with people, moved with what actual film producers and the films required as service. So we moved with the time. So hence we became the number one at that time.
Okay. Also, IMAX and multiplexes were your thing. You were like a pioneer in multiplexes. It was you bought this whole idea of multiplexes, and one time Ad Labs had like 100 of and also you all were like more than it says like 1 billion in
valuation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
market cap is what it is.
Okay.
No, you see, what happens is I always get bored in doing the same thing. So I got bored in film processing, then I thought what new I can do. So this multiplex was existing all over the world. Only thing is it didn't come into Bombay or India. And I thought there's a time I should do something new, if at all I want to do something new to stand out. You can be business, you can't do the same dukaan and sell make money and survive. But if you want to stand out of the box thinking, that's what I thought I should do. And multiplex and IMAX became a kind of together they went because IMAX is the largest format in the world. So I thought India didn't have it, so I should bring it. When I have, because there's also projection, and I thought I should also have multiplexes. So even today, the best multiplex available in Bombay is the IMAX and the other multiplexes. And that's the best thing I did at that time. It was beyond my financial capabilities, I still did it. And then we did Fame Ad Live, the second one. Then of course now it caught as a wildfire. You see the business.
Today, even today, people prefer to go and watch a movie in IMAX. I know I do.
Yeah. So
the experience is something different.
So after some time, I got bored of that also.
Yeah, okay, with that also I wanted
Then
to. You moved on from there, sold it
fortunately,
to Reliance.
fortunately, Reliance bought my company,
Yeah.
and I thought now I should do something new, which is a theme park business. Again, it's not in the country, for the first time in the country, theme park, Magica, which is again at that particular time beyond my financial capabilities. But creatively, we have put it together. See, building a theme park is not just putting money.
Yeah.
It has to be started from to say in the country's first theme park, if you want to put the reference points of the Universal Parks and Disney parks and in the world. So what you can do here. So that was a big challenge at that time to find out what we can afford, the Indian population can afford, and what we can do within the financial budgets we have. I think I am very happy that I have done it in terms of the quality of the park we did, and it is affordable to people, and it's still the best today in the country.
Yeah.
After 12, 15 years. So I'm quite happy that I did that.
So the idea was just to, have like a theme park in comparison with, say, Disney or.
And Universal.
Okay. Okay, and you have another.
You will know the comparison provided you've seen Disney parks and Universal parks. Otherwise you'll just hear it and see what it is.
Yeah. Okay, you have another venture, Walk Water Media.
Before Imagica, when we got out of Adlab's films, which was sold to Reliance, I thought we can go into film production more on that.
Okay.
And my daughters were working with me, and they said, why don't we do that? So we tried to do that, but it was an exciting business at that time for me to raise funds and make films. Everybody was doing it, and being in Adlab's films, I had a lot of money in my hand. That's why I sent the list to you. The films I made. Everybody, you talk about 3-4 films. Actually, I made 22 films at that particular time in 2 years. Before that, I did 20 years, 30 years ago, whatever. Those films I sent to you. So we did that many films so fast time. Then, when it came to ourselves, then the financial background was not there to raise funds. It was becoming difficult to make more films. So it was not going very good. In the meantime, I thought we'll do Imagica.
Okay. So you were doing that simultaneously, like Walk Water and Imagica was almost like around the same.
But didn't happen much on that.
Okay.
These films are all made under Adlab's Films, but we had a company called Entertainment One, because we wanted to show it to a subsidiary of Adlab, like that. But in terms of my personal involvement was that many films in that 2 years, which was 2006, 2007. Then 2008 onwards, I started working on theme park.
So you were also the chairman of NFDC and Film and Television Producers Guild, and we can say that you sort of brought corporate mentality into the very.
So there are two issues in this. One is, if it is a corporate thing, see Mukta Arts and myself, Adlab's Films, we both went public in the year 2000.
Yeah.
That's where film production became corporate.
Yeah.
Mukta Arts remained into only filmmaking, film production. I gone into distribution, I went into cinemas, I went to various things.
Okay.
Because I thought if you are a listed company and if you want to grow in the film industry, you need to be in every sector of the filmmaking, then only into film production. But we both actually at that time brought corporate culture into film production. So this was approximately year 2000, 2001, that time. But after that we did not continue a lot of things. Then I went to Imagica and the theme park.
Okay, so you made some really cult films like Adi Satya and those.
I think I missed the question what you asked about the NFDC. I'll tell you what. So this corporate business happened, but when you are in the business and if you think you have the knowledge of various sectors, somebody in the ministry thinks that he could head an honorary post of National Film Development Corporation.
Okay.
It's a public sector undertaking,
Okay.
and they wanted an honorary
Chairman.
chairman. Prior to me was Hema Malini was the chairman, then I took over, then Om Puri became the chairman. It's like that. But I couldn't do much in that position, though it was a status of position of appointment of the government. But there was no funds with NMDC. So whatever I wanted to do through NMDC to support new technicians, new artists, new directors, I couldn't do it. Hence, at the same time, I think the Film Producers Guild, I was part of these activities of the industry for a long time. So, previously Amit Khanna was there, then I became the president of Film Producers Guild. Both these positions are honorary type,
Yeah.
and we could do support industry whatever we can do with their experience and take the people together how to grow the business. That's the responsibility of those two. But it is a position of respect, so I'm putting my it's respect.
Okay. Okay. So, like you have this whole sort of experience where from an unorganized film industry, you organized it, I would say you corporatized it. So, what would you say to a person who is now coming into the industry? Like a person who's, say, looking like, like I could say yours was a startup at that time when startups were not a thing.
Startup, yes.
Yeah, when even, there was no such word as startup at that time. But now, if somebody is looking for a startup, how would you guide that person? What would you say to that person?
See, startup is something comes within the people, within the person. It's not a startup normally doesn't happen with a group of people because somebody has to feel that's what I want to do. So it has to come, somebody has to come, then what happens? Suppose somebody want to make films and be in the film industry, may it be exhibition, may it be editor, cameraman, and there are institutes now to train them and they can train that, and there are last 5-6 years we have seen the film industry has taken a different this one because of pandemic, these Netflixes and platforms came in.
Yeah.
A lot of almost free content available to the public at home, so you don't have to go out. So you need to go very specifically for a particular film to go to the theatre, otherwise you don't have to go. So industry has taken so much time. For example, web series what you see today, whatever number of amount being spent on that I really don't know, but it has put so many people on work.
Huh.
And you see the expansion from Doordarshan to now almost 1,000 channels works 24/7. You can imagine 1,000 channels being worked. It could be sports, it could be whatever different
It's a
kinds
huge
of
content. Yeah.
so much content is required.
Yeah.
So if you have little talent also you can do that work. So I don't think it is a problem for somebody say yeah nobody will what's the problem है उसका. Otherwise there are a lot of it's a vast ocean there for you to work because one channel to 1,000 channels working in the country 24/7 and they need content. So somebody if they can capable of doing something. So otherwise you go to the stock market, why work on films or do something else? So let's do that.
See, you made some really, cult films like Al Satya. Even today, Al Satya, at that time, I feel it was like, way ahead of his time. And then you were more into, those art films which really, really made an impact on society.
I don't think it is an intention.
Okay.
All these films, when they made film, हमारा वो बोलते हैं हम film बन जाता है. It gets made. So there are books written. Even the writer didn't know that people liked it, so it becomes popular book. It was not intended to become popular book. Similarly, the film, most of the films are like that. That's why success of the film is only 15-20%.
Okay.
80% films gets bombed in the market or nobody wants to see it. So you can imagine the environment today, success rate all over the world, not only here, is 20%.
Okay.
That means what is success ratio in 20%? Means people who put money into that, they get their money back. 80% people, either they lose 100% or they lose some percent. But they are not known. Next week you will not remember that film. So everybody is putting all efforts to do a film for making it success. I am not designed to make a film of that kind. It just happened, people liked it.
No, but
Most of the film happened like that.
Did you look at these sort of scripts to make the...
I was at those days, that's 45 years ago by the way. In 82 I released the film. I don't do that now, first of all. I am also not doing films. My daughters are trying to do films, so I am not doing it. But I am not reading any scripts. At this moment I don't have any focus on what I want to do.
Okay.
So, but I have always been ahead of time in different things I have done. When in retrospect you know that you are ahead of time.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was ahead of time when I did Magica that, मैं तो बहुत आगे गया नहीं.
Yeah.
But I think now when I see it, I think I was ahead of time. So I will look something. I'm 75 years old now, but still there's an energy to work, so maybe I will do something. I don't know.
Okay, your talk of energy and you want to do something. So there's a new venture of yours, Big Bang Media Ventures and New Horizon Alliance.
I
They are coming.
saw this correction, correct question. You see, Madhu and Ravneet, they come together, the two companies.
Okay.
They said, again, respectability, will you please become our chairman? So I said, I will. So there is no my business there.
Okay.
So I would only be heading their board.
Okay.
When they're active, they just started being active. So this Madhu Montana and Ravneet Gill bring together. I'm sure you guys heard the name.
Yes.
And I agreed to be their board chairman. So.
Okay. So you are just a board member there,
Giving
you their
respectability of that kind.
No, you do bring a lot of expertise. I mean, you know this industry so well. It's been years.
Yeah, but it's fine. I think though both they are, one is esports and one is films and talent management. Madhu knows very well, and Ravneet also knows very well. I just put it. I think they just out of respect they gained that position.
So other than this, how else are you involved in the industry as of now?
Nothing much. I'm trying to reinvent myself.
Okay.
The word is reinvent.
Okay. So can you tell us how you're trying to reinvent yourself?
Well, maybe next podcast maybe I will say that.
Okay.
It is. I am trying to reinvent.
Okay. Guys, it's good to hear that.
Except my daughters are saying we're going to retire, but
Yeah, we used to keep telling our parents that why don't you retire? Yeah. So I'm sure our readers would like to know a lot of your personal life. Like, tell us something about your wife, your kids, yourself.
I am married 46 years.
Okay.
So it has to be a happy married life.
Okay.
And I have two daughters. My elder daughter is married. I have a granddaughter called as Miraya. And my younger daughter, Aarti, is not married. And as of now, she has no intention to marry, but I hope she is married. But you see them in social media.
Yeah. So they are now involved in your the walk.
I would say that they are independently trying to do together, sisters.
Okay.
I am only there as a whatever guidance and things like that. I am not, because they are looking at the scripts and things like that. I think by next year they will start some.
Okay. Now this is one question we ask all our guests.
So
Who is-
the second one. Don't say all.
We are going to ask all our guests. Okay, let me correct them. I'll say we are going to ask all our guests. Who is Manmohan Shetty, other than this personality, other than this very famous person?
As I told you about a film and a book and success, you just cannot plan what you want to become. You have to move with the time and see how it works, because all the successful people, you ask them, they never thought they would be like that.
Yeah.
Even a sportsman must be working. There are so many children are trying to become the number one sportsman, number one cricketer. They don't become. So they had a target. I didn't have a target. I was doing only on a survival thing that you start working. You need to have a salary of this kind, and you should have a house, then you should have a car, then you should have a wife. I did that.
Okay.
Then I didn't know what happened. So it went on and went on. So I'm here. So I don't think I have a target what I want to become. But did you do a proper corporate governance in business? Did you be honest in business? Did you cheat anybody? I think I have not done anything of that kind. So try to be honest to yourself and try to work hard and be lucky and try to be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, that is more important.
If you don't get that, I'm sorry, you can't do anything.
So that brings us to the end of the video.
Right.
Thank you so much for
Not at
talking
all,
to
not
us.
at all. Thank you. I hope your audience enjoys it.
Thank you so
Likes
much.